On first down, it's Watson. And right away, he lost the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Mariota now after the fumble recovery. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mariota to throw it. Eluding the print, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Third and long here for Mariota. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Succop will put this one right through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. That was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2. And end up meeting in the playoffs, and both of them
got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Come back. Richmond.
Watson on first down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Richmond.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. Well, this past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins.
Richmond. Richmond, Richmond. Reset, reset, reset. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro. On second down, here's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Come back, come back. Tiger, Tiger, Tiger.
Here's Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, two teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL. This is going to be fun.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a carry for the shifty Deion Lewis. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Open man, it's Stacker. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On second down, Mariota again. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a third down. Mariota now from the 50. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Charles, big picture for the Titans. That's 3 straight years now at 9-7. And, of course, this past year had the Colts on their home turf with a chance to get into the playoffs, could not get it done. So a little bit of disappointment going into the offseason.
Certainly. They were number 8 overall on defense. They played better than expectations there. But the offense really struggled, especially in the passing game. Just number 27 in passing in the NFL. They've got to get Marcus Mariota healthy. They've got to get him throwing the football downfield and connecting. And they need to get Derrick Henry going faster in the running game. He came on late, but the early part of the season, not up to par.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Cunningham coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them.
And he's going to go down again. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him for the second straight play. They may want to block him on 3rd down. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. Stocker's got it. Complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Benny Logan able to drop him for a loss of 4. Third and long, it's Watson. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going for it. It's Watson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota rolling to his left. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. The first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Luke Stocker, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on the attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on second down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. They're going deep here for Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Well, Derrick Henry, he wound up finishing 7th in the league in rushing, 1,000. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. DJ Reader in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Tiger. Richmond. Mike by four. Hey, watch the slant. Tiger.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So a good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Titans getting set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and those creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Lewis. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This is Lewis. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Lewis. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Throwing is Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Gets past one man. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Down. Green the line. Green the line. Right there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Watson.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And by the way, need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge Tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th. And the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000.
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
Mariota. And a grab over the middle by Stocker. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
When you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream, cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. The cheese and your dad wrong. Propaganda said the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm on the it's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me for 100 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy, does it. The public hated and love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice and super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping. See you at
Only take a when I did. I became 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could jump me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
14.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Taking a shot for Samuel. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. He sets to, and that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively. No doubt it was a good season for McCaffrey. Finishes 6th in the league in rushing the football over 1,000 yards. But how about what he did in the pass game?
Imagine if he just focused on one or the other, the kind of numbers he could put up. Instead, combining fantastic season. Over 1,000 on the ground, over 100 catches in the air. This guy can flat out do it all. And if they weren't worried about injury, he'd return punts and kickoffs as well. He's a dynamic player.
And those 107 catches, an NFL record for a running back. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your...
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Frank Clark able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
McCaffrey. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. As Seattle makes their way back out here, Charles, let's take a little deeper dive as they go into the offseason, what they need to do. They led the NFL in rushing yards. You talked about it. They ran the football well. Where do they need to improve?
Maybe a little less stubbornness in establishing the run at times, because Chris Carson, their lead back, didn't get started against Dallas. Mike Davis couldn't add a whole lot. Rashad Penny, who was a rookie, he didn't add a whole lot in that one as well. Sometimes you have to let Russell Wilson be the guy and let him throw it around. They'll continue to work on that in the offseason and fortify him with a few more weapons on the perimeter, I believe.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He hits Baldwin right side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. The pitch goes to Penny. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. For Carson, CD, quite a season, although maybe somewhat under the radar, but part of the NFL's top rushing offense, and he was 5th in the league.
1,151 yards, 9 touchdowns, and Seattle got back to their identity.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Janikowski good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Attention shifting back to Carolina as they come onto the field, and you talked about it earlier. They started 6-2. Everything was looking good. Then 7 losses in a row in 2018. Besides Cam Newton retooling and not maybe running as much, what else needs to happen in Carolina?
I have to start with Cam Newton and his running because they've wanted him to run the ball less in recent years. But what's that expression that Cam used? A lion's got to roar. Running the football is a part of me, and it allows him to feel like he's part of the game. Well, they've got to be more judicious about that. He just has to get healthy because he was throwing the football better than he ever had in his career. But I do think the injury changed everything for Carolina because when he couldn't make the throws necessary, it really hurt them moving the ball downfield and put a lot of pressure on their defense.
Hey!
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
36. Check. Lucky. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 24. Go. Great.
Here's Newton now on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Express! Let's go. Point to the 3.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Janikowski adds the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They go play action here on first down. Take it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They fake the give. Newton. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw on second down is Newton. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Michael Kendricks in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we've
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A handoff to Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now onto the field, here come the Panthers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Now he goes spin.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Wilson. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They come out, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the lead is down to 28-10. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Wilson being chased out left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Zebra.
They'll try and run forward Penny. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Right there. All day, baby. Be ready for one word.
On first down, Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 39 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Barkevius Mingo in there to get him for a loss of 5. Here's a give to Penny. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Gotta go.
They run it with Carson. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They run again with Carson, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. The Panthers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey!
From the end zone, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Wilson wants to throw it. His throw caught right around the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty up and made it happen, now it's by the stove. Big inside this case is one. Do me dirty, I'ma find you lay out on the flow. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now he's on data. I ain't folding under pressure.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now Rashad Penny. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
2nd down, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. A good pickup there at 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. This one caught left side by Cooper. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll toss it to Petty. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The throw is Wilson. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5. Ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas. I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league in Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
On second down, Elliott. And he works free. Fights free yet again.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And down inside the 10 at the 9. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Smith trying to run for it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Buying time to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. He juked him, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check 50, check 50. Start. Move the team. 19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
he's got him in, complete. And give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Drops it underneath to Elliott. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
The give is to Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. Prescott to throw on 4th. Flushed out right. That is caught. at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A fourth down gamble turns into a fourth down scramble, but all is well. First down.
46.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Gun.
A second down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott. He'll let it fly for Austin. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. First half in the... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Dak on the option left. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Now Elliott. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Go, get out there.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They come out here in the eye. On the sneak, it's Prescott. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Gotta go. 18.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On second down, here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Collins in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
We're going to 54. Why?
Prescott to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Prescott down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Austin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Prescott yet again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. fourth down. Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on fourth down. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching that? And a big loss here as he's taken down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, a 14-yard touchdown.